you're going to meet a remarkable man now. 18 months ago, Tom Atwater was diagnosed with terminal brain tumour. Rather than allow his own feelings to overwhelm him, Tom began to fundraise, but not for himself.
At the same time, Tom's stepdaughter Kelli was fighting her own cancer, and as a legacy to Kelli, Tom wants to leave her with the opportunity to have her illness treated abroad should it return after his death. And Tom is here now, and thank you for coming today.
No problem.
It's lovely to meet you. You're an incredibly brave man, and what you're doing is inspirational to everybody. If we can just talk a bit about the story. Actually, before you met Jolie,
yes.
she and Kelli had been through a really, really tough time.
Yeah, indeed. Kelli was diagnosed with childhood cancer at the age of 3 months. At the time, Jolie was a single parent, so she obviously, hugely devastating news. Kelli fought back from that after many hours of surgery when things were touch and go. And that was, as I say, before I met Kelli and Jolie. But Kelli had to fight a hell of a lot in the first few months of her life.
And the thing about the cancer that she had neuroblastoma,
yes.
and after she had it was a year later after she was diagnosed, after she had extensive surgery, that you can't be given the all clear. You can't say you're in remission because it's the type of cancer that can keep coming back.
Yes.
And when you first met Jolie, this is in June 2011?
Yeah, correct.
That's exactly what happened. You'd only just sort of started to get together, you met online.
Yes.
And it came back.
Yeah. As you've quite rightly said, and a lot of people get that wrong, there's no such thing as remission. There's no evidence of disease, and at the time...
And that's why it's the NED.
NED, yeah, absolutely. NED, yeah, absolutely. And they said to Jolie at the time that Kelli was NED. I very quickly fell in love with Jolie and also Kelli, and at that time of my life I wasn't looking to meet someone with a child. It was very new to me, but yes, it did come back, and it often does tend to come back. Neuroblastoma can be an awful type of cancer. Usually affects children, and Kelli had to once again fight back from it. And I think with cancer, it doesn't just affect the person that's suffering from it, it affects everybody around them.
Yes.
And I think Kelli's nan Carol was very supportive to Jolie and Kelli at the time. And it's a huge thing for a family to take on. What our objective is at this moment in time is to make sure, should it happen again, and it is likely to happen again, that Kelli can fight back from it again. How do we do that? We need to raise £500,000. We've so far raised £190,000. We're 38% of the way there. We've got a long way to go, and we need to do that before something happens to me.
Yes, and that is, of course, the spectre, because you were lovely family, got together, and everybody getting on very well. This is working very nicely.
Yeah.
And also Kelli's but improved as well. That's perfect. Very positive there for the time being. And then you start to get headaches.
Yeah, I've always been, probably still, I've been a workaholic. I've always given 100% to everything. I started to get headaches at work. You think, I'm only getting headaches, there's no real problem here. I'm not going to go to the doctor because he'll just tell me to come back in a few weeks. I thought as well, I'm working very hard, it's no wonder I'm getting headaches. And then one day I had what's called a tonic-clonic or grand mal seizure, which basically means you just collapse. So when you would, say, fall over, you'd put your hands out to protect yourself. During a tonic-clonic seizure, you just fall like that.
And you were just sitting on a kitchen fitment.
Yes, I was just making a cup of tea as well, most interesting cup of tea I've ever made.
Yeah.
And I was found, and my head was very much blooded, which is usual with a head cut. I had my head stitched up. They then investigated, found a large mass in my head, which unfortunately was then found to be cancerous, and then I was waiting in hospital to have brain surgery.
And the surgery you had, and it was pretty successful because they managed to remove 70%.
Yeah, I mean, I had my choice whether they remove 70% or 80% of the tumour. The more they tried to remove, the more risk there is of brain damage.
Because a lot of it was sort of, the rest of it was growing around vital areas of your brain, so there's risk of brain damage. And something, I guess, when you're in love and you've got this brand new family, it's something you don't want to risk.
No, and also, certainly for that, Holly, but also for my parents as well. You know, it's I think it's hard to be, as people term, a survivor, but it's also hard to be the person who's having the surgery, because all I felt at the time, I didn't feel worried for myself necessarily. I felt dreadful about putting other people through, you know, pain that don't deserve to be going through that kind of pain.
It's really hard on everyone.
Yeah.
At what point were you told the news, the timing, what you got?
January the 30th, 2013, I was made aware of the kind of exact nature of the cancer that I have. I believe I did know before that, but having it said to me in certain words made it very, very obvious. And I think on that day, I went out for a meal with friends, and what was really good is there's a big group of us together. We had a nice meal, a good night out, and at the end of the day, you have two choices: either give up or fight. And you know, my fight is ensuring Kelly will be okay, and in doing that, I hope Jolie will be okay also.
How long have you got, Tom?
Good question. I don't know. But I think with brain tumours, it's very much about quality of life, because there are certain pills you can take which may well keep you alive, but is it a good quality of life? No. I've spoken to a number of people that suffer with the same thing that I do. Some people have a good quality of life 2, 3, 5, 10 years later, and some people really don't. So however long it is, I just hope it's kind of with the quality of life that I've got now, which isn't brilliant, but it's good. I enjoy life. And what may be strange to hear is I actually appreciate everything now. My family, Jolie, Kelly, our wedding that's upcoming, everything.
Well, you have a list of things that you want to do and achieve, don't you?
Definitely.
You just mentioned the wedding there, and you proposed to Jolie, and the wedding's next year, am I right?
No, it's in I think what's April, 60 days.
Oh gosh,
not to be exact or anything, but April the 6th.
And what else was on the list? Obviously raising the money, and that's for the key.
Raising the money.
That's for this special stem cell treatment that is either in the US or Germany where it's available.
It is. It depends on at the time which treatment shows the best results. But yes, it is likely to be. It will cost around £500,000 to be conservative. So we've got a hell of a lot of fundraising to do. Yeah. What would be lovely is if lots of people can help us as well, so we can spend some normal time as a family, or normalish time as a family. You know, that would be lovely. Yeah. Well, also to have a baby would be on the list as well. Yeah. I'd love to have another child.
Yeah. We've obviously there's a lot that Kelly doesn't know, and so which is why she's been kept outside.
Yes.
And you said also that eventually one day she'll watch this and she'll see you as you are now.
Yeah.
And she's so we're going to bring her in now and sort of lighten up the conversation just a little.
Okay.
Hello. It's gorgeous. Hello. It's very beautiful today.
We'll put all the details of what we've been talking about on our website. But you have a present from Holly.
I do.
Really?
And I'm going to give it to you.
I'll still give it because it's quite big.
Quite a big one.
Wow.
Lift it up like that.
Kelly.
There we are.
Right, I'm going to lift this up. Are you ready?
Do you want to have a look?
Do you want to lift it up?
What's in there?
Do you want to lift up the blanket? It's your present. You can do it. There you go. Look at that. We've got lots of little characters here for you. There's the characters from the film Frozen. Have you seen Frozen yet? It's my favourite movie at the moment. It's brilliant.
Do you want to give Holly a hug to say thank you? We'll shake Holly's hands.
I would love that. No playing with those films.
I've already got.
Brave little girl.
Thank you very much.
Very much appreciated. These are yours. I'm going to pop them down here for you, and then you
can play with those straight away. Of course, it's going to take us hours to get there.
I'm a bit jealous.
There you go. Good luck.
Thank you.
And thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to
all the details on the website. We've got one special present for you as well, actually, because you're talking about the wedding and you're talking about the fact you'd love a suit for the wedding. We've got my tailor here today who makes all my beautiful suits for the tailor, and he's going to make you a suit.
Wow, fantastic! Thank you very much.
Chris Kerr, and he's waiting backstage. He's going to measure you up and get a proper telly suit.
All right, thank you very much. That's very much appreciated.
By the way.
Okay. You saved me a problem as well. I meant to get my brother to get my suits fitted.
It's done.
There you go. You don't need to worry about that. Spend more time together.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Can I just say one last thing? I forgot to mention we are part of a registered charity.
musician apparently, and the proof is in the pudding. So here's Charlotte Melissa Furness's Super Trooper, which I bought. Beautiful song, lovely voice there, Charlotte. So guys, well done for that.
I was sick and tired of everything when I called you last night from Glasgow. All I do is eat and sleep and sleep, wishing every show was the last show. So imagine I was glad to hear you coming. Suddenly I feel alright, and it's gonna be so different when I